Thank you for joining me. Welcome to this live video, this live gentle and dynamic stretching class. So we've been enjoying our classes on Zoom, and I thought, why not let's bring some of that fun to you on YouTube. So you're tuning in live. We are live right now, coming to you from Edinburgh, Scotland. If you're tuning in, welcome. If you'd like to join me in this class, make sure that you're wearing something that's got a stretch to it. That will minimize any risk of injury. Also, make sure that you're doing the movements at the level that really works for you. You can make the movements bigger. Start with a small movement pattern. You can always increase the size from there. Any stretch that you're doing, you should begin with ease. And the way that you go into a stretch is exactly the same as the way that you should come out of a stretch. So you should always be applying ease and soft care throughout. So within any aspect of stretching, it should feel like mild discomfort. If you feel anything beyond that, then perhaps you're stretching a little bit too far. Just ease yourself out of that, return to this basic expression, and you can build on it from there. You do you. So I hope you'll enjoy this. We've certainly been having a lot of fun with it on Zoom, and on Zoom, our Zoom community continues, and we continue to connect together in a way that's so much more personal. If you're interested in joining us in our Zoom classes, you can head to patreon.com/littleegyptstudio. All right, let's begin. So, if you have a mat handy, you can roll that out, or you can do this directly on your floor if you have a soft covering that's going to protect your knees. So I'm going to pop on some music in the background, and I thought we would work with something which is both soothing, but also it's very encouraging. Stretching doesn't always have to be soft and gentle. And within this class, we're actually also using stretching as a method of strengthening. Whatever you do on one side of the body, the other side of the body does the reverse. So you're going to come into the center of your mat, spread out through your toes, relax and release down through your feet and your ankles. We're going to spread our weight throughout our toes, the outside of your feet, through the heels. You're going to lift through the arches. Bend through your knees, keep them soft. Then sweep relaxation through upper legs. Tuck your hips in neutral. Tailbone comes towards the ground. Through your rib cage, let's lift that slightly through there. Your shoulders, we're going to bring those forwards and up. Bring them back and down. Slide the shoulder blades together and slide them down your back. That enables you to bring the palms of the hands just gently up towards the sky. Chin comes back to bring alignment throughout your full length of spine. Crown of the head, tailbone in alignment. Good. Just enjoy that stance. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to come into a forward roll through the shoulders. Bring the shoulders forwards, up, back, down. Forwards, up, back, down. Forwards, up, back, down. You can make that a little bit faster. Good. Let's reverse that, bring it the other way. Well done. And here, let's reverse that to the original direction. So we're really warming up through the shoulder joints here. And then just release that with your shoulders down in neutral. And then we're going to soften up through the knees. So the gentle bend. And from here, we're going to build up this movement pattern. First of all, let's reach our fingers up towards the sky. Press your feet into the ground. Be active through your feet. Bring the fingers up towards the sky. Lengthen through your back, your waist, your belly. Lengthen through the spine itself. Stretch up. Make yourself as long as possible. And then from here, let's bring the shoulder blades down our back. Slide them down. Bring your shoulders low while still lengthening through. And then we're going to release that. We're going to release that into a forward fold. And just releasing out there through your arms and your shoulders and your neck, your head. And with a soft bobbing movement of knees. Here we go. Let's try that again. We're going to lift upwards. Lengthen all the way through. Bring the shoulders low. And then we're going to release all the way down. Just release and relax through there. Let's come upwards. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining me. We're enjoying some gentle and dynamic stretching. This is our first ever live YouTube class. Rather exciting. And ever so slightly nerve-wracking. Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. Where are you in the world? Have you done some stretching before? Have you done dynamic stretching before? Let's bring the hands out to the side now. We're going to rotate the hands round. So you can flex through your wrist and bring the fingers out towards the sides of the room like this. And we're going to rotate round through that shoulder socket, that deeper movement now. You can make that a bit bigger if you want to. Let me show you from the side. Tuning into your own body's limitations, working within those. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if something doesn't feel right to you, just return it to a really small movement pattern, or you can come back to standing in alignment. Let's make that really big now. Good. Let's bring the hands down. Pop them on your waist or somewhere similar. Here, we're going to engage in a dynamic stretch to really activate and warm up and open up through your hips. So we're going to bring this leg on a gentle diagonal, and you're going to feel this little slight rotation through the femur, through the hip socket. That's absolutely okay. So you don't have to keep it like a rigid diagonal. You can extend a little bit of a curve there. Let's place that foot down. We're going to shift our weight to the other side. Make sure you're active through your foot. And you've got that bend through your knee as we shift to the other side. And for you, you might make that just a very small movement, or you might make it really, really big. This is also really wonderful for warming up your balance. You could do this against a wall or leaning against a chair, if it's a stable chair. Good. Let's bring that into center. Wow. Reach your hands up to the sky. Take a big wide stance for me now. You're going to bend through your knees. Keep your knees behind your toes. And you're sitting down into that. We're going to come over with a side bend. Keep it real simple. We're going to come over with that side bend, lengthening out through the waist. Keep the chest open and bright. You don't want it to collapse through there. Deep breath in here. Hands come back upwards, out towards the other side. Keep the hips facing forwards. And again, open nice and bright through your chest, enabling that deep stretch through your waist. Doesn't that feel good? Bring it back through center in your own time. Deep breath here. And this time we're going to pivot through our hips as we gently come down into center. So you're going to bring your crown of your head down to the ground and the tailbone rises up towards the sky. Here you can walk your hands forwards and extend through the back of your legs if you like. Now here, this doesn't need to be a full expression of this movement because we are still warming up through the body, and if it's morning where you are in the world, always good just to ease yourself in there. Walk the hands back in, return a little bit of a bend to the knees. But if you're nice and warmed up already, you can go in a little bit deeper with that. Here we're going to walk our hands round towards one side, to the outer side of that leg, the outside of that foot, and then bring that back through center. And on this side,
Lengthening all the way through. How are you doing there? Well done. Bring it back into center here. Nice deep breath in. And in its center, we're going to gently begin to unwind one vertebrae at a time, coming upwards through your low back. Come up through your mid back to your upper back, your neck and your head and your hair. We're going to bring our hands out to the side now. Bring your heel out towards the edge of your mat. So you're going to bring your heel towards the back corner of your mat on both legs. So you're bringing the toes gently inwards and the heels outwards to create a sort of diamond shape there with your feet pointing in. And here we can come into that same pivot through the hips. Keep that nice straight flat back as you do that. We're going to forward fold into there. Now this time it could be a slightly deeper expression of that stretch if you feel able to and if you want to. And you can come forwards over the top of that. If the floor is accessible to you with your hands, you could rest your hands there, or perhaps even deeper down is accessible to you today. And this is the thing, our flexibility changes every single day and every single moment actually. And so making friends with wherever you're at right now. So within this class, we're not so focused on the distance that you travel, we're focused on having really wonderful technique that's beneficial to you in so many ways. Take a deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, we're going to just gently release that slightly. And here, we're going to rotate our front leg. So one side, maybe make that your right foot. We're going to rotate round. And from here, on the other side, we're going to lift the foot upwards so that both feet are aligned with the long edge of your mat. We've got this wide lunge that we can pick up from here. You're going to drop that knee down just very gently. You can untuck the toes if that's stabilizing for you. And then coming upwards into center, into this long lengthened lunge. All the L's, that was lovely. Long lengthened lunge, lovely. Relax through your shoulders. You're going to bring the hips into neutral there. Use your pelvic floor muscles to help you do that. Now, one of your hips might want to lead. So one hip might be stronger than the other, and so it might want to tilt on diagonal, and then you're not going to achieve the stretch. You want to keep the hips level with the parallel with the short edge of your mat. If you need a deeper stretch through here, you can squeeze through this glute of the back leg. And here, let me give the option, slide the hips further forwards. This front leg, you want to keep the knee behind the toe. Use your abdominals, use your pelvic floor. Here's your option, you can come either side of this front leg, or both hands on the inside. And see how that changes for you there. So we're really opening up through the hip flexor, the front of the hip, through the thigh, the inner thigh on the opposing leg. Bring alignment through at the full length of your spine here, all the way to the crown of your head. Good, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to gently come backwards. So this series of stretches we're doing right now, this one a moment ago and the one we're moving into, shift your hips back and bring those toes in towards you. So you're resting over the top of there. And this one here is really going to release through the back of your leg on a deeper level now, releasing through the full length of hamstrings. These two stretches that we're doing just now, these are the gateway towards a split. So if you're interested in doing splits training, these are two of the most phenomenal ones you could do. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to just lean over again, return the toes, and we're going to step that foot outwards. Let's try that on the other side. So you're going to bring the other foot forwards. And here, untuck the toes of the back leg.
And when you're ready, you can begin to come upwards. Now, if this feels too much pressure on your knee, you could get a blanket and just roll it slightly and place it underneath that supporting leg. You could use a cushion or yoga block, something that feels slightly more protective for you. The other thing you could do is you could layer up your mat. So you could use maybe 2 yoga mats or a yoga mat and a Pilates mat. So we're really activating through pelvic floor muscles there to keep the hips in neutral. Squeeze through the glute on that back leg if that's beneficial for you there. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, really push the hips forwards there. If you'd like a deeper stretch. See if there's a little pocket of space opens up for you there. And then there's that option to bring your hands down towards the mat, either side of that leg or both on the same side. And we're holding these stretches for the optimal time so that with each stretch and within each moment that you hold the stretch, you are literally increasing your flexibility. Deep breath here. And as we breathe out, let's bring this foot all the way down. To bring us into a tabletop position, you're about shoulder width apart through your hands and through your knees. We're going to stack the joints all one on top of the other. Here, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to bring our belly up towards the sky. Release through your head, the tailbone and the head down towards the mat. Breathing in this time, we're going to bring the belly down, lift your head and the tailbone upwards. A couple of rounds here of this cat-cow position. And you can go at your own pace with that. It's really lovely for releasing through your back. It feels very restorative. Crown of the head and tailbone to the sky, and then release back down. Bringing the spine into alignment. We're going to bring our glutes down to our heels, bring your chest down to your thighs. If you want to, you could take the knees wide apart and bring the toes close together. Then we can lengthen all the way through the back as you bring your hands out in front. And just rest a moment. And feel that opening up through your hips on a deeper level now. Deep breath here. And as you breathe out, we're going to return back upwards into center, into that tabletop position that we have. From here, let's do a wonderful release through the psoas. So we're going to bring one knee in between our hands. And that foot, we're going to take it wide away from us. So you've created a pyramid shape with your leg in front of you. With the other leg, we can slide that down the mat to open up this deep releasing stretch. It's a compound stretch, releasing many parts of your body all at once. You want to try keep your hips nice and level, so neither one is leading. They're parallel with the floor. And if you'd like to, you can bring that down towards the mat with a similar V shape or triangle shape. You could build a little tower with your hands to rest your head if you like. Bring alignment throughout your spine. That's what we're aiming for here. And this stretch, you're going to be feeling this one through the thigh and the hip flexor of the extended leg. And on the other side, through the outer thigh, you're going to feel that release, releasing through your glutes. Well, one of the main stretches that's happening here, and often it's happening without even being noticeable to you,
is we're releasing through the psoas muscle, muscle of the soul, which attaches into the spine and comes all the way through the pelvic girdle into your hips. And it's a muscle that's been found in research studies. There's a link between this muscle and lots of mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety, stress-related disorders, and conditions of the nervous system which are interlinked with those. So this is really a very, very beneficial stretch. Next time I'm going to give some additional pointers where you can really work even deeper into here if you feel to. But for now, let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to gently begin to roll, to return your hips on that side down towards the ground. You can use your forearms to just gently release and press upwards towards a sitting position. I want you just to take your legs out in front now and just see if you can notice any difference one side of your body to the other. I'm having a little chuckle there because for me, I instantly feel the difference. One leg literally feels closer to the ground than the other, like as if it's dissolved down any tension. And one leg feels longer than the other, which feels rather odd. It's nice just to tune in and feel the difference. It's literally happening right before our eyes. It's happening right now. We are literally increasing our flexibility and our well-being in every moment right now. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, wouldn't it be nice to feel that evenly throughout the whole body? So let's come to the other side. You're going to just take this knee, bring it down towards the mat. Let's pick up shoulder width. This leg here, we're going to extend behind us into the center of the mat. You're going to lift your hips upwards. You can bring this foot further out if you'd like a deeper stretch, or bring it closer in if you'd like a lighter stretch. You're going to position your hips up over the top of those legs. And let's have them neutral, parallel with the ground. So we can ease our way deeper and deeper into the stretch. Initially, your body will have an element of resistance to stretch. It's a natural mechanism of protection. But if you take a deep breath in and relax into the stretch, you can remind your body of how positive change can be. Take a deep breath here, and as you breathe out, if you want to, you can come down with your hands into that gorgeous deeper stretch here. You could build your little 1 potato, 2 potato tower with your hands and rest your head if that's comfortable for you. And we're allowing this stretch to be held for long enough to positively influence our flexibility. Relax into there. And you might feel that resistance ease and the muscle lengthen. Sometimes it's very, very apparent when the body just says, oh yes, actually that feels real good. And it finds a new way of being. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, know that not only have we released through your body and reset your posture with that one, we've also done a gorgeous boost for your mental health as well. Let's come back up into center. We can bring our feet out in front, sitting up high on hip bones. You want to feel your hip bones really press into the ground. And then you're going to allow your knees to descend towards the ground with gravity. And we can also assist a deeper stretch through the inner thigh and opening up through the hips as well. And to do that, we're going to pivot through our hips with a nice straight, flat back. I want you to visualize bringing your rib cage up and over the top of your feet, about a foot or two in front of you. And that's going to help you not to collapse into it. It's going to help keep that open and active, and you're going to get all of the benefits of this stretch. It's really, really gorgeous. So here, as we begin to pivot forwards and bring our rib cage over the top, you can bring your hands down towards your feet.
Bring your forearms and your elbows towards your knees or the low leg. And we can begin to gently press open deeper and deeper through that stretch. Press open. Bringing the knees closer to the ground. Keep it nice and active through the back, lengthening through your spine with every breath in. And as you breathe out, see if another little pocket of space opens up for you. See if you can move into there. Good, well done. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, see if there's another tiny little pocket of space opens up for you there. Breathing in here. And this time as you breathe out, let's gently release that. We're going to return through each individual vertebrae, aligning through low back, mid back to upper back. Bring your palms of the hands up towards the sky, open up through your chest. Come into a cross-legged position here, or similar as is comfortable for you. We're going to bring one hand up, place it on the back of your head, and then with the other hand we're going to bring our elbow closer down and bring your hand further down your back, releasing through the back of your arm there. Good, we're going to release that. And then onto the other side. If you can remember which one you just did, place the other hand on the back of your head. The other hand, we're going to slide that hand down the back by applying some pressure to the elbow. Good, and release that. Bring one hand out in front of you. Bring the fingers in towards you. Lengthening out through bicep, the forearm, the wrist. We can release that and flip that over to the other side. Bring the fingers in towards you. You can either bring the thumb into that stretch or not. I'll let you decide. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring your hands down by your side. Let's do a gorgeous release through the muscles of neck. We're going to walk one hand away from us, place it down towards the ground. Use that to anchor your shoulder in neutral, nice and low. The other hand, we're going to come up and over. Bring it towards your ear. Use that supporting hand and arm to enable you to relax through both sides of your neck and pick up this stretch, this release through sternocleidomastoid, my favorite muscle name. If anybody knows how to spell it, pop it in the comments. That's a challenge. We're going to then come round. You can take that on diagonal. Releasing out through trapezius now. And bring the chin gently down towards your chest. And then in your own time, we can gradually begin to release that. Now remember, coming out of each stretch as smoothly as you went in. Let's try that on the other side. I'm going to walk the fingers away. Bring the hand down towards the ground. Use that to keep the shoulder nice and low. Keep it low, keep it active. On the other side, bring your hand round, pinky in towards your ear, and use that supporting hand and arm to really help you switch off both sets of muscles through the neck. I say both sets, both sides of the neck. Let's keep it simple. I'll talk to you in more detail about the apparatus, the Golgi apparatus that's activated during stretch as we go through. Let's bring that on diagonal, activate through trapezius. Bringing the chin down towards your chest. And then beginning to release that, bring the hand all the way around. From here, we're going to just bring ourselves down towards the mat, pivot your way around. You can join me on your side or on your back. You can roll down through your hips if you want to, if that feels good for you.
and down through low back, mid back, upper back to your shoulders. Bring the hands down by your side, slide your feet out in front. Bring the toes in towards you, lengthen all the way through the back of the legs. Walk your fingers down towards your toes. Allow the shoulder blades to slide down your back. Rotate the palms of the hands up towards the sky. And rest. Deep breath here. Breathing out. Deep breath in. And breathing out. Taking a moment to tune in to anything that might have shifted for you. We can bring our hands up over our head. Bring your fingers as far away from you as possible. Bring your toes as far away from you as possible. Lengthen through there, and then release that. And return the hands down by your sides, palms down. Bring your toes in towards your belly. Bring your chin in towards your chest. And then release that. We're going to lengthen all the way through. Make yourself as long as possible, fingers and toes. And then release that. Bring the toes up towards your chest. Bring your chin down to your chest. Palms down into the ground. And one last time, lengthen all the way through. And back into center. And release that. Rotate the palms up towards the sky. Enjoy good quality breath. Enjoy the sensation that comes with being lengthened, released, relaxed, and in balance. Your entire body feeling in harmony, having reset your posture, each of your organs, and boosted your physical and mental well-being. We can lift our faraway knee up towards the sky and bring our faraway hand over the top of our body to connect with the ground at the other side of you. Push off with your foot and use your hand to push yourself upwards, coming back in your own time into center. Thank you for joining me. This has been our first ever live class on YouTube. It's been fun, quite fantastical. I hope you found it of benefit. Let me see if I can focus here for you. Let me know in the comments, what was your favorite stretch that we did? How do you feel now in comparison to how you felt at the beginning? How did you feel at the beginning? How do you feel now? And would you like me to do more of these live classes? I'll see you soon.